Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how the teams at the top level get their players compact out of possession? Stick around and I'm going to give you some tips on how they do it. Mark Russell from Russ 10 Soccer Coach. Welcome back to the channel if you're already a subscriber. If you are new and want to subscribe, watch this content, and if you enjoy it, please do subscribe. Guys, don't forget to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any other content I bring out that's just like this. We're going to look at how you can get your players compact out of possession in transition from attack to defence. So basically your strikers or your attacking midfielders lose the ball in your attacking third. If you get compact, you are going to make it so difficult to be broken down, whether that's via a long ball, a direct ball, or the short tiki-taka football that some teams like to play. You're going to make life difficult for the opposition. How quickly you get compact is massive. If you are slow, transitioning back into defence, back into your positions, opposition will cut through like a knife through butter. The 4 Ds of defending: delay, deny, deflect, and finally, strangely enough, defend. Or, as my under 12 females used to say, destroy. Delay, deny, deflect, destroy. Let's take this into tactical pad and have a look on a session on the 4 Ds of defending.
Okay, whilst Mark grabs himself a cup of tea, I'll take you guys through this session here on tactical pad. We have a 3-zoned area, this one built in a square. You'll need to adapt yours to the size of your player, as some of you might be coaching little ones as opposed to adults. It's the central zoned area that we are concentrating on. This is where the units you will be coaching are placed. I'll highlight this middle zone for you and keep it highlighted throughout the session. For this demonstration, we are using 12 players. Although we find this a really good number, you can adapt to using less or more here. Please comment below if you need advice on how to do this. This gives you the idea of coaching a 4-player unit, like a defensive 4 or midfield 4. As mentioned, we will just be coaching the Blues for now. When the game starts, the coach will play the ball into either the yellows or reds. That's your choice. The whole purpose for the teams within the end zones is to get the ball to one another without the Blues intercepting. The rules at the start for a pass are simple. You can't go over the top of the team in the middle, you have to pass through them below waist height. Each team is locked into their zone. Yellows locked into this area, reds into this area, and of course the Blues locked into the central area. So to make it clear, the Blues cannot go past these red lines when pressing and defending. So before we start, we can immediately identify a problem with the way the blue team has set themselves. There are gaps in between each other. We need to look at getting these guys compact, to follow the 4 Ds of defending: delay, deny, deflect and defend. During this session, we are going to teach you guys how to get your players compact, how to have them working together as a unit and a team, in tandem. You will learn how they can make it difficult for the yellows to get the ball through to the reds and vice versa. We've set up a phase of play. With the gaps in the Blues setup, we will show you how easy it is for the teams in each end zone to pass the ball to one another. After this, we will then show you how you can coach and help the Blues become the defensive wall you are looking for. They will learn when to press, who presses, and giving players the ownership of when to pass on that responsibility. Let's play this through, then we can go back and highlight where the problems arose. Plenty of success for each end zone team. Should the Blues win the ball, they would swap with the team that conceded possession. This gives continuation of coaching each player within the session, as the team will move into the central zone. Let's play the clip back, and I'll show you how easy it was for the opposition to get the ball through. After that, I will keep the players in the same position, although I'll alter the Blues mindset and setup. This will give you an indication of how to make life difficult for the opposition. Although 3 out of the 4 are nice and compact and making life difficult for the yellows, the guy who isn't playing with his unit causes all the problems. This could be a penetrating ball through to a striker on match day, and we've just made it real easy for them. Our defensive unit have a compact look about them. A little disjointed and certainly not working hard enough to close down the player on the ball. These 2 players need to be closer to their teammates. As a unit of 4, they need to be compact to plug any gaps. The other 2 are pressing in an okay fashion but have clearly left too much space to cut out the pass down the line. Because of the lack of teamwork, the 7, 10, and 6 have become completely detached from the number 8. They are also shaped in the complete opposite way to how I would like them to be. More on that later. The yellow team is playing smart, as the 5 and the 2 drop off to create space. The number 4 has created width and made the pitch as big as possible. This makes life difficult for the defensive unit but not impossible to close. Due to the Blues' lack of work rate as a team unit, gaps are created by the clever opposition players. The layoff into space allows the yellows to play another through ball. The reds are quick to move into the space created to receive an easy pass. I've shaded the old Blues who are now in grey. Let's bring on the Blues who really know how to defend as a unit. Immediately they set up more compact. The Greys are the old blue team and will take the same path that you have already seen. The new Blues will defend using the 4 Ds of defending principles. The shape the Blues are in here is perfect. There are no gaps and the pressing player has a desire to close the ball down, even though he or she is locked into the zone. The unit is able to communicate with each other, and each has a responsibility to press at the correct time. The ability of players to be able to see the pressing play and inform him or her of their own position is crucial to the pressing player. They require the knowledge their teammates are behind them, as full eye contact will now be on the ball. As the yellow team shifts the ball across, the responsibility of the blue players change. A new player presses and the others drop behind, closing any gaps that might allow a pass to go through them. The new blue team would have easily cut this pass out, but we will allow them to carry on for the sake of learning. You can see how hard the Blues work to press the red team compared to the lazy lads in grey. Their shape is excellent, and it is now the responsibility of the blue 13 to communicate, as he or she can see perfectly along the line of press. Blue 17 would have had a look over his or her shoulder to note the yellow number 3's position. That enables the cutting out of the line pass. Again we will allow the pass to stand. Blue 13 is still in control of the communication. This is where the yellows switch the play and make the pitch big, like any good side in possession should do. However, the work rate and organization of the blue team allows them to close the play and press the ball. To make the line pass, the yellow would have to play a difficult first-time pass. With control, he or she most certainly would have been closed down. Once again, the blue's shape and discipline is excellent. I must point out that this kind of organization takes quite a bit of work. Don't expect every player to understand their role immediately. And for the final time in this sequence, the correct press would cut out that harmful through ball. Right, let's watch it through without any interruptions from me. Just note the difference between the blues and the greys. And now with the connectors on and no grey team. This time there is no way through for the yellows. The blues eventually get their reward and win the ball. It is highly important here that you understand the movement, the shape, the organization, and the hard work required by each player to pull this off. When coaching this, you should be concentrating on the tactical aspect of play, really laying it on to the players about roles and responsibility. For the sake of the game, the blues then swap with the yellows as they won possession off them. To progress this session, you might allow the teams in possession to go high with their pass. To make this realistic, as a counter from the pressing team you can allow one player at a time in the end zone to press play. It is also good to add a scoring system, rewarding through balls from the teams in possession and also rewarding winning the ball back from the defensive unit. That way all three teams are competing with each other throughout. I'll hand you back to Mark, who I'm sure will provide the session plan on this if you ask him nicely.
If you don't feel I've explained it properly within that tactical pad, just get in touch with me. You can contact me on Twitter, Instagram, email, Facebook. We can have a chat about football, we can have a chat about the session. As mentioned before, it's no surprise that Burnley and Sheffield United have done so well in the Premier League in 2019-20 season. They are so compact out of possession, it is untrue. They hardly ever concede many goals in games. It's obviously just their lack of quality that doesn't put them up there with the league leaders like Manchester City and Liverpool, of which both teams at the top of the Premier League, Manchester City and Liverpool, are also compact out of possession really quickly. I'm going to talk to you about the 4Ds of defending and how important it is to give your players the knowledge of the 4Ds of defending before you go into any kind of defensive duties. This is part of my playing philosophy. Whenever I go into a new team or the team I'm with, I hammer them with this. Defending compact, out of possession, transition really fast, 4Ds of defending, it's a winning formula. Guys, everyone tells you scoring goals win games. I can't deny it, obviously they do. But conceding goals loses games. It also loses morale. It drains confidence. How do you feel when you concede a goal as a coach? Of course you do. That's how the players feel. One goal after another is going to lose morale, it's going to lose confidence. So being compact, being hard to beat, being hard to attack against, being hard to break down will build confidence. Your forward players will know that you're not conceding goals easily because your team is working hard to stop that. When they concede a goal, you're looking for someone to blame. Have you looked at yourself first? Have you taught your players how to defend and how to make it difficult for the opposition when you're turned over? You have to earn the right to play. To earn the right to play, you've got to defend as a team, defend compact, and win that ball as quickly as possible with the knowledge that your players have been given by you to win the ball and go on an attack and score goals and win games. So the 4Ds of defending are nailed. You've worked on that for a few days, a few weeks, however many training sessions you have a week. Get your players with the knowledge, get your players with the understanding of exactly whose job it is to press, when to drop back in, how to pass on that situation and responsibility from one player to another. Bear in mind, this isn't just for your defenders. If you play 5 at the back, 4 at the back, 3 at the back, it makes no difference. Your midfielders also need to be aware of when it's their job to use those 4Ds of defending. When your midfielders can delay, for maybe fullbacks have gone high and they need to get back into their position, so your midfielders might need to delay the play, allowing your fullbacks to come back. You may be 1-0 down at the end of the game and send a centre half up front to try and score a goal. Somebody's got to delay that play as they counter-attack you and let your centre half get back in position. Okay, let's go back into tactical pad and have a look at a couple of situations. We're going to look at defending from a goal kick. We're going to look at defending from a free kick on around the halfway line. And we're going to look at defending in a counter-attacking situation using the 4Ds principles of defending and also looking to get really compact.
Welcome back everybody. If you're still watching, then we can't tell you how much we appreciate your support. We've moved tactical pad into stadium view to give you a clearer indication of the match play. We've connected the defenders, midfielders, and forwards separate. This will give you an indication of their movement once they've lost possession. When the clip plays through, you'll see a shot off target. We are looking for compactness in the quickest fashion before the opposition goalkeeper has the chance to restart play. The importance of hard work and discipline here is key when adopting this tactic. Note how we are shaped nicely in our 4-1-2-3 formation and are set pretty much between the 18-yard area's lines. This gives us the ideal opportunity to shift quickly to the side where the goalkeeper chooses to play towards. It also makes the central area of the pitch hard to go through, which should put the opposition off attempting to come through the middle towards our goal. Keep an eye on how close the midfielders play together in this phase. They don't have to work too hard to get back into shape once we lose possession. Like with every phase of play, transition from attack to defense or defense to attack needs to be done as quick as possible. Notice the formation shape is back, with every player knowing their position. A good organizer within the 11 obviously helps. A free kick on the halfway line can be difficult to defend against, especially if the opposition has some big players. Launching the ball in our box requires compact defending, ensuring your players are close to each other in order to pick up the loose, second ball. As always, use the 18-yard box as an indicator for the players. Keeping the majority inside this zone will give you compactness. Let's head back to the original clip, only this time the centre half is too quick for the forward, and intercepts the pass. We need to transition quickly and pull upon our 4D principles of defending in order to avoid a dangerous counter-attack. In stadium view, ignore the keeper breaking the pass-back rule and dodgy glitches. We are not EA Sports, I'm afraid. But you can clearly see how the number 2 is the player to press and delay, whilst the number 10 is the communicator in a perfect defensive setup. Comment below if you use this session and advice. We'd love to hear your results.
Guys, I hope you got something out of this. Please, if you've enjoyed the content and you're not subscribed, do subscribe. Turn on the notifications bell. I can deliver more content like this. It also helps to understand YouTube's algorithm. If they see people watching the content or liking the content, it helps me build new content and more content like this. It helps you develop, and sharing the knowledge is massive. Guys, you can share any knowledge with me. I'll share my knowledge with you. Please do hit the like button. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.